Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells Raja Janaka, it is anxiety which is the main cause for all sorrows in this world. Hence, discard anxiety and abide in yourself and be happy. What does this mean? Swami Chinmayananda has said in one of his books on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, yesterday is gone, tomorrow is uncertain. You have an excellent today for you at your disposal. Hence, live only for today. Please leave the rest to God. He knows what you deserve and what you fear and what you are anxious about. He knows where to protect you, to guide you, and to make your life a success. Surrender yourself totally to God and do not have any fear. Anxiety. This anxiety is a quality in this material universe which pastes itself to every living entity as soon as he is or she is around 2 or 3. Before that, the person is infant or baby and it is totally innocent and rest assured that all its needs will be taken care of by its parents. This is what Lord Swami Ashtavakra wants to convey. Lord Krishna says, just like an infant or a baby rests assured that its cares or its needs will be taken care of by its parents, every living entity should rest assured that his or her cares will be taken care of by God. The surrender that a baby does in front of its parents should be the unconditional surrender that every living entity should make in front of God. However, in the case of average living entities, it does not happen. The average living entity identifies with himself or herself in the mind-body complex. His or her mind-body complex. And because he or she does so, he or she feels responsible for everything that is going to happen to him or her in this material universe, whereas it is not so. There are several factors that decide upon the destiny and karma of a human being. Even his or her past destiny and karma are one of the factors deciding the life of a particular individual. Anxiety. As soon as a child reaches the age of 4, its anxiety begins. It has started going to its school. Now it is anxious about whether the pencils have been sharpened properly, whether books are in order, whether he or she will be able to fare well in the class, whether he or she will be able to concentrate on its lessons, whether he or she will be able to pass the monthly tests, the half yearly exams, the quarterly exams, the final exams, whether he or she will be promoted to the next class, and so on. This spills over to whether his or her mischief will be caught by his parents or his teachers, whether he or she will be punished for some misdemeanor. This goes on till adolescence. Then comes teenage. In teenage, there are two categories. One concentrates on his or her studies and career. The other goes after girlfriends and boyfriends. In both cases, there is anxiety. One is thinking and is anxious about his or her course, knowledge, books, marks, and competitive exams, clearing them, getting a job, etc. The other is bothered about whether his or her girlfriend or boyfriend will love him or her. Actually, there is no true love there, it is only infatuation. But even then, there is anxiety. After teenage, adulthood comes. A job is taken. One gets a job and he starts working in some organization or some firm or factory like that. Now he is bothered. Will be able will be he able to do the work properly? Whether he or she will be promoted and given an increment, whether he or she will be sacked or terminated or suspended, what the other colleagues are thinking about him or her, and so on. And when the person gets married, then when he or she starts a family, this anxiety spills over to the welfare of the kids. A person is a bundle of anxieties. If he or she succeeds in a goal, it gives him or her some pleasure, and if he or she fails in that goal, it is the cause for all sorrow and misery. This is happening to every living entity who identifies with his or her mind body complex. On the other hand, if he or she surrenders himself or herself to God, then he or she at least has a mental assurance that God will be taking care of his or her problems. at least God is there to support him. This is what Ashtavakra tells Radha Janaka. Surrender yourself to God. Abide by yourself. Identify yourself with your soul. Don't be anxious. What has to happen will certainly happen. What will not happen is something you need not be anxious about. Even Swami Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, the great sage, was once very anxious when he saw a beggar. He asked his own uncle, "Will I come to this state?" The uncle laughed, "Don't worry, we are there to take care of you." Swami Ramakrishna Paramhamsa died a very normal and comfortable death instead of going through the turmoils of a beggar. We all should surrender ourselves to God. We should never have any sort of fear so that we can get self realized, liberated, delivered. We identify and recognize our true identity as Brahman and then ultimately go back to Godhead. That is all for the present. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.